Hello! Today we're going to learn how to make groups in Moodle. So after you log in, click on Auburn High School, Faculty, and then on your name. And Ms. Ware has been kind enough to let me use her page as a guinea pig page. And then click on the course that you want to group. Now, for instance, with Ms. Ware's class, let's take a look. English 11. She teaches English 11 second and third blocks. So instead of setting up English 11 second block, English 11 third block, we just put her second and third block students all in this one English 11 course so that Ms. Ware did not have to repeat her plans underneath each block. So this is one of the reasons why you might want to group. Now in her creative writing class, this is the only creative writing class that she has. She may also want to group within this creative writing class the same way you group students in any class. You might have them working in teams on something. So those are two reasons why you might want to create a group. Either because you teach the same class on a blue day and then a different group of students but the same class on a white day, or you teach the same class multiple times in a day. So let's take a look at Ms. Ware's English 11 course. Okay. And you want to go to your Settings tab. Mine is docked, which means it's just a tab to the side. Yours might not be blocked, so look for the Settings. We're going to click on Users, and then we're going to go down to Groups. Now, let's say we were in Ms. Ware's creative writing class. We could have Moodle auto-create the groups if you want. And what that does is it just takes all the students that are in that class, that are enrolled in that class, and it will automatically group them. So let's take a look at how auto-create groups look. So you can either choose the number of groups, like you might say, I want 5 groups. Or for library orientation, I like to have 6 groups. So you can say what number of groups you want, and so if it's number of groups I would put down, I want 6 groups. And the name of the groups, very simple, I'm just going to do something like that. Or, you could always do like the junior high and do the Pumas, or something like that. Now, and you could also put in a grouping name, which could be the Pumas or Block 1 or however you want to name that. I'm going to put in Pumas. You can also decide how many members you want per group. Maybe you don't want a certain number of groups, but you know that you only want 4 people in each group. Okay? So you can do it either way. It all depends on you. Now to see how it splits your students up, you're going to click on Preview. Because remember, this is Moodle taking all the students enrolled in that particular course and dividing them. Now, of course, we're in Ms. Ware's English 11 class, which includes all of her second and third block students. And so you can see right here, it automatically did group A through L, Pumas. So we might need to work on that a little bit. There's only 4 students in each group, and it shows you the students who are grouped together. So if you're satisfied with the way that looks, then you can click Submit, or you can come back in here and make changes until it is the way that you want it to be. Okay? So I'm going to cancel this because I'm not sure how Ms. Ware exactly wants her course. Now, what I would suggest you do, if you have, like Ms. Ware does, an English 11 and all her second block and all her third block students are in there mixed together, and you're wanting to separate those 2 classes, I would create my own group. So I would go right here to Create Group, and this is where you're going to go in and have your role, and let's just name this English 11 second block. we're going to have an enrollment key, which means that this group needs to go ahead and enroll in this. And we're just going to say second block. And I can unmask that so that you can see what that looks like. And then I'm going to save those changes. Now I also need to make a group called English 11 third block so that I can separate out third block from second block. So English 11 third block, and their password will be third block. Of course, the password can be whatever you want it to be. And then I will save changes. Alright, so let's get started. How do we put students into these groups? Well, get your roll. So first thing we want to do is highlight English 11 second block. Once that's highlighted, we'll click on Add or Remove Users. Then what we will do is we'll look for those students that are in our second block class. So let's say that Molly is in the second block class, Kate is, and I'm holding down my control key when I click on these students so that I don't have to do them one at a time. So I can scroll down. So for every student that is in English 11 second block, I will highlight their names. To highlight more than one name, you need to hold down the control key. Once I have highlighted all the students in my second block class, I'm going to click Add. Okay, I can see that now I have added 9 students to my second block class. Once I'm done adding all of my students to that second block class, I'm going to go back to groups. And now I can see English 11-2 is highlighted, and here are the students I have put in English 11-2. Now I'll click on English 11 third block so that it is highlighted. I'll click Add, Remove Users, and I will continue with that process again. So I will go through and select all the students that are in my third block English 11 class, and then click Add. And again, to highlight more than one name, I'm holding down the control key and then clicking on the name while I hold down the control key. So now I can go back to my groups, and I see that in my English 11 third block class, these are the students that I have enrolled. And it's just as simple as that. You can always go back and edit your group settings if you need to. And you can go back and remove users as well. So that is our brief lesson in grouping and why you might consider grouping in your classes. If you need any assistance, please contact the library and ask for Miss Robertson or for Miss Donaldson. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Happy Moodling!